Welcome to my presentation. In this presentation, we shall look at some application problems to solve linear equations. Let us say on your cell phone bill, $40 is charged for your services, plus 50 cents per minute for using the cell phone. If your August bill reads $100, how many minutes did you use? This is a very practical type of situation. We want to be able to understand the bill before we pay it. So if this is the type of situation we are in, we want to be able to use linear equations to solve these types of problems. So let's write them down in these different steps. Step number one. We have some fixed costs, and then we also have some variable costs. And this fixed cost plus this variable cost should equal the total cost. And then by reading the problem, we have seen that the fixed costs are going to be $40. That is the service charge. And the variable costs are going to be 50 cents per minute. But we're going to call, since we want to figure out the number of minutes we're going to use, we'll call that as X. Let X be the number of minutes we use. So that is the variable cost. Okay? And that the total bill for the month of August we have received is equal to $100. So we have written down an equation from this word problem. Basically, we have used the linear equation format, and then now we will solve for the number of minutes we have used for this month. So the way we can write it out is as follows: 40 plus 0.5x is equal to 100. We want to solve for x, and to do that we're going to use the addition subtraction properties. Step 2, we want to subtract 40 on both sides, so therefore we can also say add negative 40 to both sides of the equation. And then when we do that, this is what we're going to come up with. Negative 40, we're adding negative 40 to both sides, plus 40 plus 0.5x is equal to 100 minus 40. And since we have a positive 40 and negative 40 on the left hand side, these cancel out, leaving us with 0.5x is equal to, we can simplify this, 100 minus 40 is equal to 60. Since we want to find the value of x and not 0.5x, we want to use one more property to be able to achieve that. So we'll write that in step number 3. We want to get rid of the 0.5, and therefore we're going to multiply by the reciprocal of 0.5. So what do we mean by that? The number what we have is 0.5, and if we were to multiply by the reciprocal of 0.5, which is going to be 1 over 0.5, like that. And then we know that when we have a number and that number is multiplied by the reciprocal of that same number, the product is always going to be equal to 1. Therefore, we're going to multiply by 1 over 0.5 on both sides of the equation, on both sides. And when we do that, this is what we're going to achieve: 0.5x times 1 over 0.5, that is what we are multiplying on both sides, is equal to 60 times 1 over 0.5, like that. And once we have this, we can simplify this. The 0.5 in the numerator and 0.5 in the denominator cancels out, leaving us with x is equal to 60 divided by 0.5. 60 divided by, let me write that, 60 divided by 0.5, which is going to be equal to 120. We got the value of x as equal to 120. What does that mean? That means let me make a note here. That means that we are using 120 minutes for the month of August. That means we are using 120 minutes for the month of August. Okay, so that's the way we can figure out. We have used the addition property, we have used the multiplication property to be able to arrive at the answer. So we got the answer as x equals to 120. So we want to also make sure that we follow up and then check our work. If we were to check our work, we'll write that as step number 4. We will substitute it back into the equation which we have formed. The equation which we have formed is 40 plus 0.5x is equal to 100. We got the value of x as equal to 120. So 40 plus 0.5 times 120 should equal to 100. Should equal to, let me write this in as follows, as 100. So therefore 40 plus 0.5 times 120 is going to be equal to 60, and that is equal to 100. So the value what we have on the left hand side, 40 plus 60 is 100, that is equal to 100 on the right hand side, and therefore the value of x what we have determined as 120 is exactly correct, and that x equals to 120 is telling us that we are using 120 minutes for the month of August. So this is the way we can apply, we can solve real-world application problems using linear equations. We have also in the process used the addition property, and the multiplication property to be able to arrive at these answers. Thank you for being with me for these presentations. We will have more as soon as possible. Thank you.